Hi, I'm Alex from IGN, and Tal and I have just been to see the EA press conference, where there were 4 things, I would say, that were kind of interesting.
Yeah, I would say probably 4 big things there.
The first one was Battlefield Hardlines. Now, we saw quite a lot of that at E3. Obviously, a lot of people had the chance to play it with the beta. But this time round, we saw the first glimpse of single player.
Right. So single player, they really sounds like Visceral is diving into the story mode. Battlefield's not really known for its single player, but Visceral is known for their stories. Yeah. So, you know, looking pretty interesting there, actually. You know, it actually looked like it had a story.
Absolutely. It was a lot more light-hearted than Battlefield. It almost felt a bit like Bad Company at times, the way that the 2 characters were playing off each other and having a joke around.
Yeah. I have to say, I think I saw IGN's Colin Moriarty in the demo itself with the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. I think he was probably there in the compound somewhere.
Well, what I really like about it is that it's going to be episodic, so it's going to chop and change around a lot. Hopefully, lots of different things happening.
Right. I had a chance to talk to Steve, and he, the GM of Visceral, and he was even saying that they kind of think about it like television episodes. They're actually even going to do at the end of each one to show you what's next. You know, what's next coming up on Battlefield Hardline, or if you come back to the game after a while and you haven't played, previously on Battlefield Hardline, to kind of catch you up to the story so you know what's going on. So they really do see it as kind of these small, encapsulated, episodic events.
Gotcha. And they also showed 2 new multiplayer modes. Now, Rescue is a 5v5.
We can call it Rainbow Six. Yes. It's Battlefield Rainbow Six, Alex. Yeah. It's fine.
Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to play that yet. But yeah, by all intents and purposes, it's Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, and a lot of gadgets. It looked like you saw a lot of the gadgetry going on. It looked like, you know, you had baton takedowns we saw in the demo, tasing, the shield that we were used to seeing and that kind of thing. So it looks like they're really trying to make this tactical combat multiplayer 5-on-5.
Yeah. Now, we did get the chance to play Hotwire, which is the kind of car chase thing. Now, on the video, I thought it was going to be a lot more driving. Basically, the idea of the game is you find the car, and if you're a criminal, you've got to stay away from the cops for as long as possible. The longer you stay away, the more points you get.
Right.
So it's very much kind of like a traditional multiplayer game, but in cars.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Midtown Madness, honestly.
Yeah,
if you ever played the multiplayer for that.
Absolutely. So the second big thing from the EA press conference was Titanfall 3rd DLC pack has been announced.
3 new maps.
3 new maps under the guise of IMC Rising. Don't really know that much else, apart from it's coming out in the autumn or fall.
Or the fall, as we say properly.
Absolutely. But I guess the developer of the show for EA was BioWare. Now, they had a lot of stuff going on.
Absolutely. So, you know, the big thing that they showed first was Dragon Age, and I have to say I was a big fan of the first Dragon Age, not so much of the second one, because they really changed the formula on that, made it more actiony. I think they're really getting back to their roots with this one. What I saw today, it looked much smoother than what I saw at E3, so I can tell they've gone through some optimization. The graphics look really good. It actually looks tactically a lot like what I saw 8-9 years ago when they were showing the original Dragon Age. It didn't really turn out to be quite as tactical as I had hoped. So it really is, of course, you can play it fast, actiony if you want to, but it looks like you really can break it down and send your players out to wherever you want to on the map. And really take advantage of it. So it looks like it's even more so than they did in the first one. I'm really actually impressed with what I saw today. Yeah,
I thought the tactical mode was a nice kind of addition to the traditional action RPG games.
I have to say, they surprised me too by announcing Double Dragon from BioWare. Oh no, wait, that was just the 2 dragons in the actual game itself. Sorry, but no, at the end that was a kind of a surprise that one dragon's like, I am your new god, and then this other dragon comes in. So there's going to be some dragon warfare going on. Like, obviously, even the dragons don't get along.
Everybody hates each other.
Dragon Age. Everyone hates each other. It's a good tagline.
And then, obviously, the big announcement that they had was Shadow Realm.
Yeah, Shadow Realms I got to play, which is surprising. Usually for an announcement, you don't necessarily get hands-on right away. But 4 versus 1, you know, against each other online, PC only. Kind of, again, going back to BioWare's roots. Reminded me a lot of Evolve in that gameplay style. We're probably going to start seeing a lot of those, where you had the asynchronous multiplayer. But yeah, from what I saw, it was really tight dungeons. I played as the Shadow Lord, so that was really interesting. And the Shadow Lord in that game versus the 4 humans playing against the Shadow Lord, you're totally invisible as the Shadow Lord. They can't even see what you're doing until you possess and go into another creature. And then they can see you. But as a Shadow Lord, you can set traps. You're really trying to set up these kind of choke points for the players to go through. You can even go ahead in the map and set up other rooms with bombs and with spike traps. It was interesting. Again, I only got to play it for 10 or 15 minutes. Obviously, a lot of strategy. They're looking to be really deep with it. A lot of customization. They said over, you know, hundreds of abilities that you can use to customize your characters in that game. So again, just a brief glimpse, but from what I saw, I definitely want to play more. It was an interesting concept.
Yeah. So that's the 4 big things that we thought of the EA press conference. For everything Gamescom, keep it locked on IGN.